let me ask Lokesh Jindal of the Congress Party. Lokesh Jindal ji, ये थोड़ा late in the day नहीं है to begin to protest against EVMs. Whenever the BJP seems to be smelling victory, sensing victory, or even wins a state, there are problems with the EVM. And when they lose in Bengal, in Rajasthan, then the EVMs are all right. Is this now a tried and tested bahana of the opposition? I want to ask you this, because nobody can ever get into the analysis. We are talking about who's voted which way. Is the MY formula, the Muslim Yadav formula, on its way out? Is the Modi Yogi formula what UP is really seeming to win on, because that's what all exit polls show? I want to ask you, Lokesh Jindal, in the middle of all of this, there is all these protests on the EVMs. Now, is this once too often that this has begun to happen?
Yes, good evening, Navika. First of all, I won't be commenting anything upon Election Commission of India and its integrity. What I would like to highlight over here is the manner in which the exit polls have been presenting a false picture of BJP coming out clean in these polls as well. Now, if we consider the 2017 elections, the BJP had more than 100 candidates of OBC, which had brought it to this 300 plus figure. And we talk about this particular election. You look at Rajbhar and you to Swami Prasad Maurya and Dara Singh Chauhan leaving BJP, and there were farm protests taking place. BJP was not having its strong base amongst the Jats, was not having a strong base amongst the Muslims, was not having a strong base amongst the OBC. I don't understand on what basis are these polls predicting that the BJP is again going to get the same numbers as those of 2017. What has happened in Uttar Pradesh is even the masses, they are restless of this rule of BJP and they want it gone. And that is one of the major reasons they are scared with this poll survey predicting that BJP is coming back to power. And perhaps that's the anxiety that is being reflected by criticizing EVMs as well as Election Commission of India.
Do you think the Congress has a chance? Do you think the Congress is winning? Or are you saying this because you want the Samajwadi Party, with whom you did not contest? You had no alliance with the Samajwadi Party, but you want Samajwadi Party to win. Where do you stand?
Yes. See, first of all, Congress has come up with a very progressive agenda. Ladki hu lad sakti hu. It talks about women empowerment. It talks about, in fact, today is International Women's Day.
2003, 4, 5, 250, 300, 350, कितनी सीटें आ रही हैं कांग्रेस को?
We are hopeful that Congress would be performing very well in these elections.
Are you forming the government?
And it will be playing an important role in formation of the government as well.
Okay, so you are also expecting Samajwadi Party to fall short. Dr. Anand, Lokesh Jindal. Lokesh Jindal, I want to come to you and I want to ask you, yes, do you think somewhere or the other, the fact is that the opposition, the anti-BJP vote was split? दोनों लड़के साथ राहुल और अखिलेश नहीं जीत पाए पिछली बार. अब इस बार दोनों लड़के अलग, बल्कि एक लड़का तो गया भी नहीं, लड़की ही गई. प्रियंका गांधी जी गई वहां पर और अखिलेश के साथ लड़ी नहीं. और उसके अलावा मायावती भी अलग, कांग्रेस पार्टी भी अलग और बाकी छोटी पार्टीज ओवैसी वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह, ये सारे जो अलग लड़े, क्या एंटी बीजेपी वोट जो है वो स्प्लिट हो गया? और क्या यही कारण है कि बीजेपी को फिर से विपक्ष दे नहीं पाया कोई भी चुनौती?
First of all, Navika, what I hear from all this are mere empty rhetorics from ivory towers. Let me tell you, at the grassroots reality, neither of the communities or castes, they vote as a monolithic community. It is a misnomer to us that Muslims, together comprising of 19% population, they come together and they vote for one political party. Or what he said about Baniya, Brahmin, Bahujan, that is similar to the rhetoric put forth by Mayawati that Hathi nahi Ganesh hai, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh hai. A very political party which used to say, Tilak, Tarazu or Talwar, inko maro jute char. Now all these forms of rhetorics are good to hear, but when we talk about the voters, they are very much motivated. They have their own forms, they have their own considerations while coming to the field. Now, he talked about the GDP, I mean, per capita, and also let me remind, there was a promise that was given by BJP to double the farmer's income. And if we talk about 2014, an average farmer income was somewhere around 8,000 rupees. And effectively considering the real-time inflation rate, it should have increased by 22,000 rupees. But the present time is that the farmer's income is increased only till 11,000 rupees. And on top of that, what the Prime Minister comes up with, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Yojana, 500 rupees per month. Now, with such form of a policies, how do you, please enlighten me as to why are the farmers going to vote for such a political party?
Well,
now, when we talk about the Hathras case, Lakhimpur Kheri, when we are talking about all forms of human rights violation that has occurred.
Well, then clearly Mr. Lokesh Jindal and Mr. Dubey both think that both the parties are getting 300 plus seats on their own. That makes it 600 out of the 403 seats, and the